Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Everyday Girl Chit Chat. Today, we are talking about this lock-in culture and how I was able to realistically meet a goal of mine, and it had nothing to do with. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I just struggled the whole time to meet this goal, and I'm gonna tell you what I finally did to actually accomplish it. So a lot of people make videos on locking in. They're like, this is your lock-in season. This is what you do in your lock-in season. You got 6 months left. We got 12 months left. It's the beginning of the year. Do this, this, and that. Like me, I have also made those videos because in my mind, I just knew that I could do it. But here's the thing. I might be talking to type B girlies. Maybe type A girlies can hop in the comment section. But there's something about being a single mother to 2 boys, working a full-time 9 to 5 job that usually is like a 9 to 11 job. I'm gonna just keep it real because there's always overtime. There's always something to do. Like, I do not get home at the same time all the time. So in the beginning of the year, one of the biggest goals for me was to take control of my finances. I wanted to start paying off debt, all of the things, right? And one of the things that I had to do to get started was to write down all of my debt, get a tracker together, get my expenses, my income, all of those things together, right? On top of that, I also wanted to lock in and lose weight. I wanted to be in the best shape of my life before my birthday. I wanted to make sure I was getting in self-care days. I wanted to make sure that I was reading my Bible, getting more closer to God. So I thought I needed to pick up my Bible every single day to do that. Like making sure I'm in the gym every 3 to 5, 10 days a week. Child, I had a list of things that I wanted to do to reach my goals. And quickly I failed. Because I don't think I ever accepted the fact that I'm just not that girl. Like, sleep is very important to me. Flexibility is very important to me. And putting myself on this strict disciplinary, like everything has to happen at this time of the day on this day, this is what's supposed to happen on this day, I found does not work for me. I also found that I cannot focus on one thing, on a million things at a time. I can't. I feel like I could, like back in the day when I was younger, or maybe not even fully then, but for sure right now, I can confidently say, no, it's not me. It's not me. And so I got a headache, y'all. So I'm in my bed. I'm chilling. Like, it is what it is. Y'all getting me raw right now. This is just her right now. So after, I want to say, the first 3 months of the year, I was looking back like, how the heck am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I remember sitting down and starting to call people that I was in debt with, trying to make these plans of how to do it, and just constantly getting beat down. And then on top of that, I had to file my taxes. I was like years back on filing my taxes because of some issues that I had with my son's father. And you know how people be trying to use your kids, but they don't like to do nothing for your kids all year long, but they like to claim and try to take all the benefits of having a child, but never really you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna go into that, but that is the reason why. So finally, around month 4 or 5, I want to say June, I was like, look, it's very clear that we still ain't lose the way we wanted to lose. It's very clear that our finances are still the same. I want to say I got better at it because I started to track and I understood I have an income problem. I don't have a spending problem. I also understood that I was not the girl that was going to be able to work out every day, twice a day, 75 hard-ish, softish, whatever you want to call it, self-care every other day. I knew I couldn't do that. So I had to literally audit myself. I'm going to say around month 4, I looked back and I was like, I definitely want these things, but the way I'm going about it is not cool. me watching these videos and these girls that I just like admire. I'm not going to downplay nobody. I admire a woman who's on top of her ish and can like lock in and do these things. But I also had to be realistic with myself and be like, girl, that might be for them, but it ain't for you. But that doesn't mean that you can't get to where you want to get. It's just going to look different. Period. It's just going to look different. It's not going to look like that, you know? And so I found that walking was easy for me. I find pleasure in getting up from my desk and getting out of that office and all of the office politics and office drama. I find pleasure getting up and going to walk. So I know I could definitely lock in a 45-minute walk every day. I also know that when I don't get myself up early enough in the morning, I don't pack my lunch. I don't. But I'll be steady in the kitchen making dinner. So why not pack your lunch? So you could just grab it and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started to understand what my habits were, what would really work. I also noticed that I could not focus on all of these things that I wanted to do. I had to pick one goal and lock in on that one goal, not do everything and spread it out. So I decided in the beginning of June, I was like, okay, I am going to get this tax thing done. I want to become compliant. I don't want to have nothing pending. I don't want nobody looking for me. I don't want nothing going to collections. Like, we need to get this done. Okay. And so I started to lock in on that. I was calling different people, seeing what they charge. And I was like, God dang. So then I'm looking at my expenses like, there's no way I'm going to be able to pay this to get this done, but I need to get it done. And so then I started to look into free things, going on the IRS website, boom, found a place to get my taxes done for the free. Okay. Now, when I first went, the guy was like, okay, so you don't have everything. I need you to get this, this, and that, and I need you to do it this way. I'm like, fine. So I worked on getting those things done. That's all I did. Worked on getting those things done. Got them done. And today, this morning, I went to him and they filed all of my back taxes for free. The weight that lifted off of my shoulders when I walked out of that office, if I could have jumped and flew down the stairs, I would have, but I probably would have broke my neck. So I walked and I glid happily, and I could not believe that this heavy monkey that was like on my back, I had got to like shoo away. I was so excited. And it just dawned on me, like, look at what happened in the midst of 4 to 6 weeks when you focused on one thing. If I had did that in the beginning of the year, there's no telling where I would be right now. I probably only had to focus on just my workout journey and just like, you know, but I focused on that one thing and I got that one thing done. Granted, you know, when you first file, you know, you got to wait for the IRS to tell you what's really good when they get it. You know, ain't nothing said and done until the IRS says accepted. We agree. Until then, girl, we all waiting. But the fact of the matter is, I understood how quickly things move when I focused on one thing. And so I think that is very important on this Everyday Girl chat, is to understand who you are and work with who you are. Like, we ain't gotta try to be all the same. All the girls don't have to be the same. We don't all have to have the same aesthetic. Y'all gonna hear my son in the background. Honey, it's summertime. The boy is playing. He's happy with his cousins on the chat, and they doing the thing. So just bear with me, okay? Bear with your girl. But what I'm saying is, we don't have to all look the same. We don't have to move the same. We don't got to speak the same. We don't have to have the same aesthetic, and we don't have to accomplish our goals in the same way. Our lock-in seasons don't got to look the same, because it might not work. And what happens is, when you try to mimic somebody else's lock-in season and you can't, and it's not successful and it doesn't work for you, you start to get discouraged. You start to feel like, oh my gosh, like my life is never gonna change. Why does this always happen to me? Why am I always in this situation? How come everybody else, like, blah, 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 because you mimicking somebody else's lock-in season. What does your lock-in season look like for you? And the way that I was able to choose what I was going to lock into was, what is that thing that's on the top of my head every day that I cannot sleep peacefully because it's up here? You know what I mean? Like, what is that thing that is bothering you that cannot wait? What is that thing that is knocking at your door and about to like disrupt your life that you need to focus on right away? Choose that one thing and lock in. That's what lock-in season looks like. It don't have to be you getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning before the sun come out, before everybody wakes up. Hold on. Josiah, a little too loud. Take it down a little bit. It don't have to. You could get up at 8, 9 o'clock and go to work, and then your lock-in is 12 noon to 1 p.m. on your lunch break, and your walk-in, or getting a quick little strength training, or making them phone calls because you're trying to accomplish something, but it takes some research, and you doing your research on that hour. Like, what does your lock-in season look like to you, and is it your lock-in? Is it your lock-in type? Like, can we go over, like, can we figure out what type, what lock-in type you are? Like, somebody has to make a, what is your lock-in type? Are you lock-in type A, type B, or type C? And child, I don't know which one I am, but I know I can't be type A. I cannot, because I tried it and it's not for me. I'm way too laid back to be a type. When I say I'm laid back, when I tell you I'm laid back, I'm way too laid back for a type A type of lock-in. She's not her. Okay, she is not her. I'm too laid back. I'm too chill. I'm more like type B, in between C and B. You know? Like, some shit gotta really be knocking at my door for me to be like, go in hyperdrive. I'm not even lying. Otherwise, I'm gonna find any and every reason not to do it. So I really had to be like, okay, boo, this is what we doing. And every little piece of free time you have, you need to devote into this. And I did it. So next on my list, I don't know what that is. I'm sitting here and I'm waiting. I think I know exactly what I want to do, what I want to lock into next. But we will see, because I've also learned that I cannot write the book. The book is already written. God already wrote the book. So when I be like, I'm going to do this and that, this is my New Year's resolution, I'm finna be this girl, I'm finna do this and that, God be like, no, I didn't tell you was doing that this year. This is not what I was telling you was supposed to have been doing this year. That's why you ain't did it this year. That's why you still trying to do it. That's why you still trying to do it. Like, I'm just being so for real with y'all. I realized, look, what you want me to do? I done finished this now. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna wait till you tell me. Because I'm tired of trying to figure it out by myself, and then you go ahead and sit me the heck down, and I done wasted about 2 to 3 months of sitting down, being sat down, forced to sit down. Like, no, just tell me what's up, and I'll go that way. Anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go, but this was another Everyday Girl Chit Chat, and today we just discussed what your personal lock-in season looked like, and we also confirmed that it does not have to look like everybody else's lock-in season. It does not have to mimic them. It does not have to have the same aesthetic. What does your lock-in season look like for you? And maybe that is choosing one thing to hyper focus on before you move on to the next. That is mine. What is yours? See you next time. Bye.